Kulsum. All these children have their own maqam. Their names are all special, beautiful names. Bibi Zainab's name relates specifically to Imam Ali. Yesterday we were here, we were talking about Imam Ali's high maqam. Asadullah Ghalib, Ghalib Ikul Ghalib, Mazar al-Ajaib. Bibi Zainab is called Zainab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala named her Zainab, the joy of her father. Imagine how high this lady is, where she has a father like Imam Ali, but her name reminds you that she is the joy of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And one thing, if I could mention, that we can learn from this lady, especially for the youths of today, myself, everyone here, in our lives, especially in the West, is what? Her sabr. Sabr is what? Simply put, what is sabr? It's not when we wait at the traffic lights or when we are waiting in line. That's queuing, that's another type. That's the basic type. Sabr in its essence is restraining yourself from complaining to God when you are faced with trials and hardships. There's many types, there's many levels. Sabr for God, sabr from God, sabr with God, sabr for Allah. There are many different types. And let's look through some examples which will shed some light on this. For example, Nabi Ayyub alayhi salam. What happened with Nabi Ayyub? He went through a lot of tribulations. Shaitan had plotted a lot against him. He had many acres of land, all went away. His skin started deteriorating, still had sabr. They say that there was little insects that would eat his skin up, they would be on his skin. And when they would fall down, he would pick it up and say, Ya Allah, this is for you. I'm having sabr. But when did his sabr stop? And he said, I cannot go beyond this. When his wife started working in someone else's house, and he could not take this. He said, Ya Allah, this is enough. I cannot take beyond this. Allah said, fine. Ayub, you've done your part. You've accomplished your mission. Fine. This is one level. What's the next level? Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. As we see on the day of Arafah, where we now celebrate the day of, as in the day of Eid, what did he do? What was his sabr? His only son, his only child, even though he is old, he takes him and he goes to slaughter him. But he cannot slaughter him like that. He's a father. His sabr is very high, but even for Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he cannot do that. What does he do? He he ties his son's hands. He puts a cloth on his eyes, so that when his son shivers, he won't be able to see it. Then he starts doing it. And when he opens his eyes, he sees Allah has saved him. He's accepted his sacrifice. It's a ram instead of his son. He sacrificed a sheep instead of his son. This is another type of sacrifice. And when he said, Oh Allah, where's my reward? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I use my own words. Your sabr, I emphasize again, your sabr, your patience has been accepted, Ibrahim. But this is the zibai saghir, the small zibai, to be a zibai azim in the future. And whose sabr is that? Imam Hussein. The peak you could get for anyone for this type of sabr is only Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Whereas Ibrahim gave one son, Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam, and he had so much trouble. Hazrat Imam Hussein gave how many? Hazrat al-Yaskar, Hazrat al-Akbar. And for Hazrat al-Akbar in specific, he did not have a cloth on his eyes. He pulled out the spear from his son's chest by himself. He gave Hazrat Qasim, Hazrat Abbas, Hazrat On, Hazrat Muhammad, all these companions, and he still had sabr. All these Ayyimah had sabr. Imam Ali alayhi salam had sabr, Hazrat Nuh, all them. But one lady in particular, and I'll finish with this, is Lady Zainab salamullah alayha. Al-Masaib. Yes, she has patience. But Lady Zainab defined the boundaries of patience. She pushed patience to a level where no one could thought. And when she was asked by Yazid and Ubaydullah ibn Ziyad, how did you find what God did to your brother? She replied, Ma raitu illa jamila. I saw nothing but beauty. This is a special type of patience. But we will remember this lady, and it serves to highlight the pain of her Masa'ib. When Imam Sajjad alayhi salam came back from Karbala, came back to Medina, Hazrat Muhammad Hanafiya came on his horse, the tradition mentions, and he met him outside the boundaries of Medina, and he asked him, Aina akhi Hussein, where's my brother Hussein? Imam Sajjad said, Qad qutil bi Karbala. He's been killed in Karbala. He said, Aina akhi Abu Fadl al-Abbas. So where was my Abbas? Hazrat Imam Sajjad said, he was killed in Karbala. He said, if Imam Hussein was killed, and Hazrat Abbas was killed, what happened to my Zainab, my sister Zainab and Kulsum? He said, oh my uncle, Lady Zainab had to go to the darbar of Yazid, the drunkard. She was paraded in his darbar. When Hazrat Muhammad Hanafiya heard this, he had the Masa'ib of Imam Hussein, he had the Masa'ib of Hazrat Abbas, he stayed on his horse. When he had this Masa'ib, it is said he fell off his horse, unconscious. Imam Sajjad woke him up and said, "Uncle, let's go home. There's people here, let's go home." He said, "You keep calling me uncle. Who are you? I cannot recognize you." He said, "Uncle, it's me, Sayyid Sajjad. I'm your nephew." He said, "Sajjad, you are Ali bin Hussein? What happened to you? You're 24 years old. Why is your beard gone white? Why is your back like this? What's happened?" He said, "Uncle, you heard Bibi Zainab went to the darbar of Yazid and you fell off your horse. You could not handle it. I had to see it with my own eyes." Someone asked Imam Sajjad al-Islam. My heart says, every majalis, Bibi Fatima comes, Bibi Zainab comes. But whenever there's the majalis of Bibi Zainab, Imam Sajjad al-Islam comes. Because he had to bear the same difficulties Bibi Zainab had to. She was his rock. She was the one he confided in. And what happened with Bibi Zainab? She came back from Karbala. She came back to Medina. Those of you who've been to Karbala, may you go again. And those of you who haven't, may you get to go, inshallah. When you come back from Karbala, what do you bring? You bring gifts, hadiyah, some sort of token. What did Bibi Zainab bring? She came to the grave of Bibi Fatima. She brought out a kurta that was filled with blood, and she placed it onto the grave of Bibi Fatima. And she said, "Oh my mother, I have brought this from Karbala for you. This is of your Hussein." It is said, the narration mentions, it felt as if the ground was about to shake. Bibi Zainab said, "Mother," she picked up the kurta. She said, "Mother, this is only my brother Hussein's blood-filled shirt, and you cannot handle it. I had to see how Shimr approached him on that day, and he took off his imama, and he sat on his chest, and he cut his holy throat. Mother, imagine what I had to see." Hazrat Abdullah, Bibi Zainab's husband, then said, "Sajjad, tell Bibi Zainab to come home. She hasn't come home since she's come to Medina." Bibi Zainab started walking towards her home. She started cleaning the front porch. Hazrat Abdullah saw this and said, "Oh lady, please do not clean anything. Since Bibi Zainab has gone, we have not cleaned the house. Please do not touch anything." He said, "Oh Abdullah, it's me, Zainab. I am your wife." He said, "Oh my lady, please forgive me. I did not recognize you. Why are you like this?" Bibi Zainab would explain to him. Then she went to her house. What a house would this be? There's no Abbas, there's no Qasim, there's no Ali Akbar, there's no Asghar, there's no Imam Hussein. She would look and see, this is where my family would be. This house is now empty. This Zainab, Bibi Zainab, who was so patient. She went to a room where it was the room of Hazrat Muhammad. She saw 2 little beds in the corner. Then she saw 2 little masallas. She could not hold it anymore. She picked up the 2 masallas. She began crying out, "Oh my own, oh my Muhammad, my sons, how does your mother live without you? Please tell me how your mother lives without you. Oh my son's own, oh my son's Muhammad, you made me proud on the day of Ashura." We pray to Allah, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.